ladies and gentlemen. Russell Brand.
Actor
Russell
Controversial
Brand.
conspiracy theorist.
Trying to bring real journalism to the American people.
Hello, you awakening wonders. Welcome to Stay Free with Russell Brand on Rumble. Wherever you are watching us, join us ultimately on Rumble and Rumble Premium. So together we can begin to understand this unraveling matrix in which we've found ourselves together. The solutions we seek will go beyond the political, the cultural, and hopefully beyond the commercial. That said, Rumble Premium does support us. Join us on that. If you don't have it yet, you get an ad-free experience. Although I'm bitterly aware of the irony of promoting an ad-free experience. It's like a post-death killing. It's like an anti-resurrection. It's like we are living in the end days. Jake, baby, welcome back. Did you have a good Labor Day?
What a good break.
I noticed that I posted what I thought was a very good video, and you said my sunglasses were a little wonky.
Well, my favorite part was when you just told that random guy, "Thank you for working." Like that random guy.
Thank you. Good work.
He was like, "What?"
Also, you're an African-American gentleman, aren't you, sir? I noticed. Sorry for slavery.
Yeah.
Although I'm British, so for all we know, my ancestors could have been William Wilberforce and the very Christians that opposed slavery. Tim Cast has raided the stream. If you're joining us from Tim Paul's excellent podcast, then welcome. Today we're going to be talking about a whole host of matters. Let's start with this. Surely, if your name is Penix, you're used to things like this happening to you.
Yes, they had a lot of words throughout practice, so I gave my words and just went a little bit too far.
I mean, that guy, think of everything he's been through. He's like been the best footballer at his school, then probably at his college, and he's got through the draft. Now he's quarterback at the Falcons, and he just has to be referred to as Penis on the television. I'd consider changing that name.
I've never seen it typed out like that. They usually say it wrong.
Right.
I actually typed it.
Typed it out. Penis. Okay, fair enough. That must mean penis. I've heard that word before. That's that little guy that lives just at the bottom of my abdomen. Sometimes I'm doing pee-pee from that guy. Other times I'm having the time of my life with what I call my belly wand. There has been an attempt to generate another one of those kind of online scandals, much in the style and fashion of the Coldplay couple. But this time it was against a Polish millionaire who's simply not willing to stand for it. We're having a look at that in a matter of seconds. Of course, we know that Trump's doing an announcement. He's doing that announcement in a matter of moments, about an hour actually. We'll still be on Rumble Premium at that time. People are assuming that it's to do with the Ministry of Defense. Potentially it's going to be about arms deal, arms trade, escalating global tensions and war. We'll talk about that a little more. But if you're watching us in the UK right now, firstly, be careful, because I don't think Rumble's legal there. You're clinging on by a thread, man. You know, free speech is a big issue in the UK, but I think I'm at liberty to say, Prime Minister Keir Starmer, happy birthday to you. It's his birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Keir Starmer. Happy birthday, Mr. Prime Minister. I'm going to do a Marilyn Monroe kind of one. Marilyn Monroe, JFK. Happy birthday, Mr. Prime. Happy birthday to me. Right, now watch it. Now, it's my birthday. It's my number's up here. My birthday, know what that means, lads. I'll be cashing in with the wife, using my birthday token on her, giving it somebody else. What's name? Giving him some of that. Oh, Keir Starmer, happy birthday. You are a child of God, and I hope that you find your way to the grace required of people in positions of leadership as the UK continues to burn. Let me know if you've been watching these peculiar protests across the UK where it's becoming increasingly difficult to erect, that's right, I said erect a flag. People are getting in all sorts of trouble for hanging up flags of the country that they live in. People are suggesting that the flag itself is a kind of symbol of racism. And where is the line between racism and nationalism and tribalism? It's quite complicated. Let's have a look at this attempt to engineer a kind of Coldplay couple adultery story out of this Polish multimillionaire who seems equipped to handle it, certainly legally equipped. He put out a legal statement that crushed this pretty swiftly. It was pretty brutal.
He's like, you think I got to be this CEO by taking it easy on kids.
Yeah, you don't get to be Polish millionaire by taking it easy when there is opportunity for merchandise. I take merchandise. Also, look at this. He just issued this statement. The recent incident at the tennis match has caused a disproportionate online uproar. It's all about the famous hat, of course. Yes, I took it. Yes, I did it quickly. But as I've always said, life is first come, first served. Oh, that's brutal.
Said, yeah.
That's just a man who's sick and tired of being invaded by Nazis and the Soviet Union. I understand that some people might not like it, but please, let's not make a global scandal out of the hat. It's just a hat. If you were faster, you would have it. If you were faster as a little boy, that cute little kid that could have been out of the Goonies. Regarding online hate, I remind you that insulting a public figure is subject to legal liability. All offensive comments, slander and insinuations will be analysed for the possibility of taking the matter to court. Well, let's leave that story right there, because yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? If you look, you know that you live within a set of systems, and if you have good legal representation, you can handle things that otherwise may annihilate you. This is a set of rules and games that are rigged in order to sustain an ongoing system, and within that system there are people that benefit from it. The most obvious example of that is what is a crisis to most people, let's say a pandemic or a war, is for the most powerful interests in the world a massive opportunity and of huge benefit. You know that because this wave of online media that you're a participant in is commensurate with the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic. We learned then that we can't trust mainstream media. That's why independent media of this variety even exists. We learned then that the interests of Big Pharma, Big Tech, certain nations and bureaucracies all align so neatly that when the WHO say we're near enough mandating these medications, and Joe Biden says we're mandating these medications for certain workers and for the military, the media will back you up. And then if a figure like Joe Rogan comes out and says, hey, whoa, I just took ivermectin and a bunch of other stuff and I was good as gold, then a machine will oppose him. We are now part of a resistance. We might be fractured. You can see how this space is continuing to fragment. Candace Owens, Dave Rubin, Jordan Peterson, Tucker Carlson. It's hard to get them all on one bleeding phone call. But the fact is that all of these various voices oppose the old media institutions. Let me know if you agree with that more broadly. You also have sultans or contemporary titans like Elon Musk, who might be pretty far from perfect, but have enough power to oppose whole nations. This is an interesting time to be alive. And this is the time that you are alive, so you better bloody well make it interesting. Try not to kowtow, not be crushed. Just in case you'd forgotten what it was like to be under Joe Biden as president, here is a robot that will remind you of him. There you go. Here's a college professor that when he heard that Taylor Swift is marrying Travis, you'll know, Jake, 'cause you care about American sports.
Kelsey.
Travis. I say Travis, you say Kelsey. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are getting married, and that's a good thing, I suppose. And of course it is a good thing. So marriage, the institution of marriage. And a lot of people have said that it will change her, you know, like that, because they're like, apparently they're good old boys, them lads, and they blue collar lads. Fought their way to the top, a little bit of hustle, love it. So anyway, like a college professor cancelled his class after hearing about the Taylor Swift engagement. I'm pretty interested in that.
Hello class, as you know, we were supposed to have a biochem midterm today, but Taylor and Travis just got engaged. No way! Due to this information, I can't focus, you all can't focus, class is canceled, get out of here. We gotta go. We need time to process this information.
What's going on there?
What's going on? What school is that?
It better be somewhere relevant to that football team. What are they? Kansas City Chiefs. If that ain't Kansas City, then...
Yeah, University of Kansas City.
If it ain't that, then mind your business and get me your biochemistry.
That's when you're like, he just didn't prepare. The teacher, he's like, I don't have anything.
Wait a minute. It turns out here that photosynthesis is a real thing. I didn't realize that. Wait! Taylor Swift is marrying the Kansas City Chiefs. All of them, I think. I don't know which one. Oh, get out of here, you crazy kids. So apparently, what plants are able to metabolize carbon... This is going to change everything. Yeah, maybe you're right. I think that is what it was. Okay, and here's some sycophancy around Donald Trump. But probably they're people that we love, like, you know, Tulsi, love Tulsi. Secretary Kennedy, love him.
Hey, Zeph, pretty much into that, dude. But is this, let's have a look. I've not watched it yet, but I heard Gareth told me it's pretty sycophantic.
If you all haven't, stop by the Department of Labor. Mr. President, I invite you to see your big, beautiful face on a banner in front of the Department of Labor, because you are really the transformational president of the American worker.
I love, there's only you in my life, the only thing that's right, my first love, this is your second term, and I am a little worm, so watch me squirm. I love everything that you've done in office, whether you ignored COVID and warp speed, warp speed, warp speed. You may still cling to that under your MAGA hat. Oh yeah, it's quite hard to make this scan, Jake. Oh yeah, my love, my. And it's like, you know me. I think if you're going to have a president, have Trump as president. But this stuff, man.
Of the American worker, along with the American flag and President Roosevelt.
Working for this government, for you, is the greatest honor of my life. I tell it to everybody, and I really do feel that way, and I thank you.
You have breathed life back into the profession of law enforcement.
Sir, I'm not usually gay, but I will get under this mahogany table right now and make a wood even firmer than mahogany.
Profession of law enforcement. Your respect for law enforcement is so incredible.
Sir, in the primaries, you used a lot of derisory nicknames against me and the other candidates for the Republican leadership. But I'd like to say that little Marco loves Big Donald.
Is so incredible. It's making a difference.
This is just such a great opportunity, really, to recognize your leadership as a true
Doing Tulsi because I love her.
As a true champion for working people. Well, everyone knows there's no stronger advocate for hardworking American families than you.
Well, Mr. President, first of all, thank you for the opportunity to work for you.
Our country has never been so secure thanks to you. You have brought us back from the edge.
And there's only one thing I wish for, that Nobel Committee finally gets its act together and realizes that you are the single finest candidate since the this Nobel Award was ever talked about.
I love you, and the Nobel Peace Prize, which it was started by a family probably to mask their heavy investments and profits made from dynamite and gelignite. That's just the truth. I've got an explosion going on right now in my gonads, sir, and it's made of sperm, and it's because of you. I can't give you a peace prize, but I can give you this piece of my prized genetic material, sir. Happy Labor Day. So, oh God, oh, that's in my hair now. Oh, something like Mary, something about Mary vibes, sir. Something about Mary.
About to receive that reward.
It's pretty great to celebrate Labor Day with Builder, who loves labor. The great Trump projects have come from the very men and women we're going into this weekend to celebrate.
Everyone had to think of a thing to say.
You think they were like, oh, we're doing this? Like somebody started, or did they know in advance?
Matt, listen, one time I went to a New Year's party. It was in Topanga Canyon, right, California, just outside of LA, and it was getting quite close to midnight. And the guy who was hosting the party went, "I just want to say that this new year, I'm going to be looking to be more compassionate and hold myself accountable." And then the person next to him goes, "Yeah. And I'd just like to say that this new year, I'm going to make sure that I focus on paying attention to people." And then the next person, I was about the sixth person, right? About 4 people in, I was like, oh no, everyone's going to do this. Everyone's going to do this. There were about 70, I swear, I think there were 70 people more at this party. Everyone did it. But about the 30th or 40th people, I was like, I fucking hate you. I hate you, and I hate your New Year's dreams. And something like that. That's like Stalin. They used to say with Stalin, when Stalin would give a speech, no one wanted to be the first person to stop clapping. So his standing ovations would just last forever, because no one would go, oh, look, it wasn't that good of a speech. Let's sit down now. No one would do that. They didn't want to upset Stalin, because if you did upset Stalin, he'd, kill you. So now with Trump, everyone's got one up. Oh God, imagine if you were about 9th or 10th in that thing, you're like, oh man, what if you thought something really good to say and then someone else said it? Oh, I was going to do that, you bastard.
I was going to say the Nobel.
Oh, I was going to say Nobel Prize. I was going to say the thing about you're a builder and you've certainly built back America. Now, I think I'd panic and say something.
Weird.
Or if he's just taking them all in, he's like, "That's good. That's good." And then the one person that's not good.
No, that's not a good compliment.
Why don't you try again?
We're going to come back to you. We're going to go round again, and we're going to come back to. Now, if you've come up with something better.
Yes, sir. I think this time it's pretty good. I've decided to do it in an expressionistic dance called Twin Towers and Twin Powers. Trump, you could rebuild the Twin Towers. Trump, you have got superpowers. No, I don't like that. Get out. Get out. Man, that's you don't want to be too close to power. It messes people up. Because there is but one true. Yeah, I was masking about. Oh, no, there's another one. Oh, they keep coming. But I can't stop drinking the booch, baby.
Cheers.
Cheers to God, to the King, to President Trump. I'd just like to say, President, you should get the Nobel Peace Prize. To the one true King, Christ Jesus, who died for us. Hey, do you know what I just started thinking? I learned yesterday. Cheers. That we've got to love God not to get anything, just to love God. You know, not even to get anything. You don't love God to get eternal life. You don't love God to be redeemed. You love God because there is nothing else but God. See no free. Just free the raspberries, Elijah Fire. Free the nips. Take a good look at these because it's the last you're going to see them. All right? Because after Labor Day and after that, those beautiful speeches about President Trump, I decided that this is disgracing the internet. So take a good look at how little they are, those little tots, those little tater tots, those sweet little baby nips. They're gone now, forever, okay? Hey, listen, in the United Kingdom, where I'm from, which is becoming a kind of peculiar penitentiary, belief in God has doubled among the young. Young people are turning away from secularism. Probably because society's falling apart would be my assumption, and because one might cite, and understandably cite, as a social, economic reasons, and obviously cultural reasons. There's no escaping that. But the point I'd like to make. So I say once in a while, I remember that your most ardent atheists, your most well-educated materialists, they don't know how life started. They don't know how the universe started.
Well, okay, so we've been calculating that there was a big bang, and it was the size of a mouse's dick. Wait a minute. Taylor Swift has just married that guy. Get the fuck out of here! You can't answer those questions. No one knows how the universe existed. And at some point, these chemicals and matter came alive and self-cut. Wait a minute! Taylor Swift is get the fuck out of here! No one knows. No one knows anything. All these people that are telling you all sort of like certain and stuff, like keen on themselves and all like high on their own little fart supply. No one knows anything. Like, I really like this clip. Do you have it of my man deGrasse Tyson talking Lawrence Fishburne about the Matrix? Neil deGrasse Tyson's favourite movie is like that's good. That's a good meme. If you, get it in. deGrasse Tyson talked to Lawrence Fishburne about Matrix, right? It's quite funny because I've talked to Neil deGrasse Tyson. I've never met Lawrence Fishburne, but I love Matrix, man. Who don't love Matrix? Got to be everyone's favourite movie. Never has a movie more clearly articulated the nature of reality. That it's as if we are cells completely controlled. The information we're given stimulates us and manages our consciousness, and machine-like, bug-like entities control our reality. Well, when Neil deGrasse Tyson is talking to Lawrence Fishburne about it, he acts like he knows more about the Matrix than Lawrence Fishburne. And Lawrence Fishburne pulls him out and goes, well, I was in that film as Morpheus. I'm on the main people. And he goes, listen, you've done 100 movies. That's my favorite movie. So, you probably, sometimes you're thinking about other movies that you've been in. I'm only thinking about this one. Like, he tries to carry on, tries to pursue that line of thought instead of sort of going, you were on set, like hanging out with the Wachowskis and stuff, and they'll have been going, listen, this is our intention here. And he was being Morpheus, for heaven's sake. So anyway, it's a really good clip. I posted it in our WhatsApp chat, Isaac. So there's like a 1 minute one. But like, I know because I've interviewed Neil deGrasse Tyson, he don't believe in our Lord, and he's super, he's obviously extremely smart and a brilliant science communicator and educator.
But like, you don't know. No one knows nothing. Anyone that's operating in them sort of like cosmology, astronomy, astrophysics, quantum physics, all they know is a body of knowledge and research that's accumulated, and of course it's extraordinarily impressive and magnificent, based mostly on instruments that magnify our existing senses and then accumulate and create a kind of epistemology, cosmological hermeneutics, a set of information and data that's agreed upon. But it changes all the time. And quantum physics in particular, anyone who studies it goes, oh, well, it doesn't make sense. Oh no, my brain's hurting. But if you like read scripture, it's all accounted for. Conform not to the patterns of this world. My ways are not your ways. You're never going to really understand all this. It's a bit like a flowing water. It's a bit like a vine, and you're flowing out of a vine. It explains it to you in a language that you can understand, that I can understand. And the key thing is this: you are not the point of your life. You are not the point of your life. I, for a long, long time, lived like I was the point of my life. Even if I'm doing something good, like being nice to my kids, I'm being nice to them because they're my kids, not because God. That's the answer. Because God. That's it. Then you are one with him. Then you are one with him. And it's not so important that you're going to die, that you're going to get sick, that everyone you love is going to die. You know, all that stuff becomes kind of, still sad and painful, but acceptable and manageable. And ultimately, it's real. Now, while we're down here all quarrelling and squabbling, quarrel, it's interesting that the word quarrel sounds like quarry, and that quarry is the stone before it's formed. We got to get out of the quarry and into the temple that we're going to become. Each one of us being carved, chiseled by experience to be the perfect building block so that we can make the temple of our Lord, participate in the glory. Don't get dragged down into the dregs of the culture. I believe in this political party. I reckon you're controlled opposition. I like this football team. I think this person will do a better job than this person. You're wrong. That person's fake. Forget all that. Recognize that within you there is a divine thread that leads back to the dawn of time. Hold that thread. It's beyond time. It's the atemporal, a-creative, absolute reality. Let's have a look at... I'm free. 33. Oh, God is great. God is great. He's always talking to us. Oh, you know my habits. Here is Neil deGrasse Tyson and Lawrence Fishburne talking about the Matrix. He just said absolutely nothing. No, you with an iron cross and a swastika as your logo, Trip E88, you're not clever enough to understand me. That's what that was. He didn't say anything there. No, you're not clever enough. Go do some learning, you soppy sausages. You soppy sausage. You're going through life with unexamined views. You've never thought about what God is. You just picked something up when you were about 5 and I just believed it. You've never questioned it. You dumb fuck!
You scared the bejesus out of me.
Yeah, that's 2.
Okay, so hang on.
That's 2, yeah.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Who betrays the group?
Cypher.
Yes. He betrays.
He's the Jew.
deGrasse Tyson's actually acting like he knows more already than Lawrence Fishburne, isn't he? No. And then what about Morpheus? Well, no, I remember. I was in my trailer learning those lines.
Who betrays the group?
Cypher.
Yes. He betrays.
He's the Judas.
He's Judas.
Yeah, he's the Judas.
He's Judas.
Yeah.
After the bejesus was scared out.
Yeah.
He doesn't have Jesus in him.
He doesn't have Jesus in him.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Well, let me keep going.
Keep going.
Okay.
If you can. Because you think you know the movie better than I do. And you might.
I don't know.
You might. Let's go.
Here's the difference.
Let's go.
It's my favorite movie, and you've made 100 movies.
Right.
So. Okay.
Right.
That's not good. That's not good because... unless you are actually... Because, Neil deGrasse Tyson's not only watching The Matrix all the time, he's also doing all of his science stuff and hanging out and being in podcasts and doing podcasts. Lawrence Fishburne will know more about them. If he goes, right, I can get you an interview with someone connected to The Matrix. Who do you want? Neil deGrasse Tyson or Lawrence Fishburne? You go, I'll have fucking Lawrence Fishburne, please. He played Morpheus. I'm totally down. If it was do you want to go and watch, there's this rare event, a comet is going by, or do you want someone to explain to you how this telescope works? I'll go with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Good movies.
Right.
Okay.
All
right. So then...
Also, he's a mellow dude, isn't he? Because he's not even getting bothered about that. Yeah. He's like, oh, okay. He's letting it bother him.
Okay. All right. So then... everyone sort of decides that he's the one.
He's the one.
Right? When he's like pulling Trinity up.
Oh,
from the
yes, yeah.
helicopter as it comes.
Yeah.
He is the one.
I told you, he is the one.
He is the one.
Cool, he can just do it again. Like when I was in a car with Tom Cruise one time, and Tom Cruise goes, "Help me, help you," and I was like, "Fucking hell, he's doing oh shit!" And that's just me, so there's nothing for me to look at, like except for Tom Cruise, and he is Tom Cruise, so he
Was that in context, like he was talking to you saying that, or he was just quoting?
Yeah, no, I was like, we actually was talking about comedy, and like he was talking about the times when he knew that he was like that comedy is different from acting, and he talked about how like times when he knew he was funny is when he did that thing in Tropic Thunder where he was that producer doing the thing with the big hands or whatever, and Jerry Maguire, Help Me, Help You. He knew that he was being funny with Cuba Gooding Jr. in that, and he went, you know, like when it goes, "Help me, help you, help me," and I was like, oh man, this is so cool. The car had curtains on the inside of it, like drapes, like. It was a fancy car. I think we were going to a Katy Perry concert, and I think that one of his kids maybe there was a kid in the car. I can't remember. But anyway, the whole thing was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He is the one.
I told you, he is the one.
He is the one.
Do you believe it now, Trinity? And who's Morpheus? In the Christ mythology.
I know. I'm trying to.
He's the Baptist.
John the Baptist?
He's John the Baptist.
Oh, because John the Baptist knows Jesus is coming.
Yes, he knows who he
and
is.
Sets everything up.
And he's been looking for him.
Yeah, he's been looking for him.
And when he meets him, he goes, "I'm supposed to be baptized by you."
Oh, that's cool. He's John the Baptist. Is it still working? I know how we're cool. We're still streaming.
Yeah.
It's all good. Yeah, man. I like that. I could talk about The Matrix a lot. I would like to do a Matrix watch along, but there are certain copyright limitations that mean we can't do that. Let me know in the comments and chat if you've been watching our watch alongs and what you want us to do next. We're going to be talking about Trump's 2 p.m. announcement. We're going to be talking about happy birthday, Keir Starmer. Oh, that's made me feel a bit sick, That's made me feel a bit sick, that. Because what, did you make that happen?
No, that was Jordan.
Jordan did that. Well done, Jordan. That's what you get from a Brummie. That's a man in the Midlands right there who does all of our memes and stuff. But what I don't like is how sort of sexual I look. You know? Like how, happy birthday. And I feel like that he's done another prompt for that, Jordan. I think he's gone back and gone, make him look a bit more sexual. Make Russell Brand look like he wants to, through melody, fillet Keir Starmer. Plus I look like, one time there was and I think that was from Israel, no offence, that there was a person from Israel won the Eurovision Song Contest once and they was dressed, I don't remember the right words anymore, but like they had a beard and they were dressed in ladies' clothes. I don't know what that is anymore. I've stepped out of culture war. We've been on 3 weeks holiday.
Normal person.
Anyway, that's what that's looked like that did. And I'm not happy that you've done that, Jordan. In fact, we're docking you a week's pay for that. That's a week's pay. That's a fine. Can we do that? Do we that in our authority?
We need to ask him, what did he type in?
What did you type in, Jordan, to get that? Go in the chat and
Make
type
the face a little more like.
A little bit more, because you've made me too sexual there, and I think that's offensive to me and to Keir Starmer. Who's done that? Now, who's done that? Is that Jordan as well? That I'll do.
What is Jordan doing?
Put that in the chat. That's good, man. That's nice. Have you put that on the screen, Isaac? Jordan's gone crazy. Let's give him a pay rise. Actually, I think he's doing good. I was going to dock him pay, but I can never tell what's the right thing to do. We've left the feed on Jake, Isaac, you lunatic. Go to Russell, I'll fill. Phil, you can't rely on Jake to fill. We can, but you shouldn't, because, you know. Now, listen, why don't we play in a commercial while we're doing all this? We'll stay with us, baby. We're going to be, if you want with us, if you're on YouTube, we'll stay with you for a couple more minutes. And but basically, when you join us on Rumble, here's a message from one of our partners, baby. Whoever you are, you might consider yourself a businessman or woman or person, or, I don't know, maybe you don't have a gender or don't want one. That's not the key issue here, though. The key issue is $17.75, a delicious coffee. Let's be honest, most coffee, all it does is it helps you to organise a stool in that inward back pocket you call the butt. What does it also do? It leaves you feeling all down, jittery, foggy, and needing another cup of coffee. You can only trust 1775, the one true coffee of revolution. Rejuvenate coffee is science-backed coffee. Coffee backed by science, and not Anthony Fauci science. Oh, I made up some science. I was giving people AIDS. Oh, I've got a beagle in a cage. I put my fingers up their butt. That is something Anthony Fauci has admitted to. Have you read The Real Anthony Fauci by Bobby Kennedy? It's understood that Anthony Fauci, he keeps beagles in his yard and he puts stuff up their butt. They shit all over the cage. Fauci doesn't care. He makes them wallow in it. Anthony Fauci cannot be trusted, but Rejuvenate science-backed coffee can. It's real Arabica beads. Arabacadabra, I say, because it makes me feel absolutely magic. It's infused with CAAKG, which is a kind of like a rifle, you know, like an assault rifle, but it's assault in your central nervous system with delicious beans, baby. A compound shown to support cellular energy, metabolism, and even healthy aging. You don't want to sit deteriorating in a chair, shitting yourself, drinking Starbucks. You need rejuvenation. It's built for people who take their health seriously, who want to show up with focus and strength every single day, like me. If you care about how you feel now and how you'll feel 10 years from now, this is your coffee. Go to 7075coffee.com/me probably and order Rejuvenate coffee today. Fuel your body, protect your future, rejuvenate, you sick perverts. Okay, so the young are turning to the Lord in huge numbers. Check that out. Belief in God doubles among the young as they become utterly disillusioned by their leaders. Why would they be disillusioned with their leaders? Well, you know, let's have a look at why you think that might be. Yeah, Keir Starmer. Oh, that's pretty good. I think I look quite nice there. He's done a good job of that. Good work. Good work, man. That's pretty nice. So, Keir Starmer, what's fascinating in the UK? UK in crisis. Crisis can lead people to despair, taking their own lives, unaliving themselves, or it can lead to them recognising that we must be reborn. And that's what's happening across the UK. People are turning to God. Also, people are turning to nationalism and patriotism and national pride. But if this is part of a movement that might genuinely disrupt the rhizome of deep corrupt influence that's controlled my beloved country for a long while, then I say it's a good thing. People are clamoring to say how patriotic they are these days. Here's Keir Starmer claiming that his whole flat and home is adorned with flags. I'm very proud of our flag as a patriotic symbol of our nation. Like lots of people, I've proudly got one at home. Using our flag to divide us devalues it. Now, of course, a flag is by its nature divisive. A nation is divisive because it's about borders and territory and control over that territory. In a sense, people are now starting to unravel the threads of the flag as they understand that if you have a nation, you have to have borders, you have to have rules, you have to have an in-group and an out-group. And as they try to befuddle and control and confuse populations, making claims like there is no God, but there are rules and codes, that there was no Christ, and nevertheless we want people to behave in certain ways, we want the state to be a kind of God. There's these odd bureaucratic deities start to crumble. New valor, a new fuel, a new vitality is from somewhere, presumably the Lord, entering the British people. New protests are starting. Here's Yvette Cooper. She has a significant role in our country. She's like Secretary of State. She's the Home Secretary, I believe. Here she is saying that she starts to claim that she's got so many flags. Like, I'm very patriotic. What are we being now? Patriotic? I'm patriotic. Well, a lot of my friends are flags. Some of my best friends are a flag. I went to school with a flag.
Do you have a flag on display in your home? On your home?
Yeah. We actually have Union Jack bunting on our garden shed at the moment. I've got St George's flags, I've got St George's bunting, I've got the Yorkshire Rose bunting.
I've shaved my pubic hairs into the shape of St George's Cross. I love flags. I love flags. What are we? We're patriots now. Yep, I'm really bloody well into. I'm actually very national. I'm racist, in fact.
Bunting as well. I've got Union Jacks, flags and tablecloths. We've got the lot.
Interesting. What do they believe in? They believe in whatever's expedient to believe in that moment. This is embarrassing. This is a performance everyone knows. This is the left-wing British journalist Owen Jones. It screams inauthenticity, imitation, and trying to think what a certain type of voter wants to hear, which is what it is. It won't win anyone over. It just makes voters respect them less. That's certainly true. Let's see what Keir Starmer's been saying about phase 2 of his government. Britain is collapsing. Britain is in despair, yet the British people are rising up. As you know, we're talking to Tommy Robinson today in like a half hour or something like that. We'll be streaming that when? Thursday. So make sure you're tuned into that and let me know what questions you have for Tommy Robinson. Some of you might absolutely detest Tommy Robinson. Others of you will admire him deeply. Whatever you feel about him, he's certainly a person who's having significant political influence in the UK right now. In particular, if Tommy Robinson makes a documentary and that documentary gets reposted by Elon Musk, there's nothing the BBC and Panorama can do about it. I'll be talking to him in particular about his discovery that Panorama are trying to frame him for false sex crime allegations. You can imagine why I might be interested in that. So join us for that conversation with Tommy Robinson. Maybe you'll get it earlier if you belong to Rumble Premium. You'll certainly be helping me if you belong to Rumble Premium. Join it now, please. Thank you. Now, let's have a look at the UK's continuing decline and Keir Starmer's attempt to prop it up with propaganda. That's the only props they got, baby.
Summer's definitely over, and this morning we've got all the Number 10 staff together and talk through what phase 2 of the government is going to look like and feel like. So we go into phase 2, 1st of September 2025 in good.
We've got to go to phase 2. Now, phase 1's the bit where we cause riots everywhere, where we let paedophiles and rape gangs run amok. Phase 2 is going to be bloody brilliant. I'm going to AIDS test myself down me dicky-doo. You can watch for that if you want. You never know what gets down there. You never know what can get down your dicky-doo if you live life to the full like I do. I've got a flag. I've got a flag on my handbag. I've got a flag on my titty boob. Oh, don't you go looking at that. What you trying to say about me, you bloody little racist? Don't put the flag of your own country up. Here, vote for me, why don't you? It don't matter if you're on the left like Jeremy Corbyn. I tucked him up. It don't matter if you care about free speech like Julian Assange. Tucked him up. Don't matter if you're on the right like Nigel Farage. Fucked him up. It don't even matter if you're up like Freddie what's name. Doing the sideways cuddle, doing the downstairs handshake. It don't even matter what you do. I've got something for everyone, baby. Time for